This is Caregiver Storyteller, produced by CaringKind, the heart of Alzheimer's caregiving. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Caregiver Storyteller, a storytelling podcast about Alzheimer's and dementia caregiving. I'm Dr. Ann Kenny, and I'll be interviewing caregivers to get their stories about Alzheimer's and dementia caregiving. Occasionally, I'll also interview authors, advocates, researchers, healthcare professionals, and people with Alzheimer's and dementia to hear their stories too. So are you ready? Here we go. Welcome back to Caregiver Storyteller. I am excited to introduce you to Gwen. Gwen is a mother, a licensed LPN or a licensed nurse, and she's also the sole caregiver for her mother, who is 80 years old. And I'm very excited to have Gwen here today to tell us her story about her caregiving journey, with a special little part about how a caregiver can care for herself. So, without further ado, Gwen, please introduce yourself the way you would like to be introduced. And if you don't mind, just give us a little bit of your caregiving story.
Well, good day, everyone. I am happy to be here to share my story with you today. I've always been a person of caring, and that's what I love to do. So I'm here today to talk about taking care of my mom and especially of myself, because they both can be done at the same time. And
Woo!
that's what
Okay,
I have
repeat that.
realized.
Repeat what you just said.
Right? Taking care of my mom and myself. You know,
Nice.
that's what we're saying when we say care partners. You understand? Care partners. I'm not a giver. I'm a partner now. And she's a partner to me, and I'm a partner to her because she still gives me something every day. And I'm grateful for that.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah. Okay, so tell us how this all started.
Well, I started noticing little things about my mom, that she was forgetting things, or just her temperament was changing just a slight. However, I did reach out to some of her close friends, and they all denied it and said that I was mistaken. But also, being a nurse, I did not just lean on that. I just kept on delving and just kept on looking for different signs and stuff. Not trying to find things, but you just got to be alert and know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I saw more signs and symptoms. So mom was tested, and we found out that she does have slight dementia and memory challenges. So then it came to the time that I felt that I have to be more assertive, excuse me, assertive, and look out for mom more than myself in that time and sense,
Mm-hmm.
because she
Yeah.
needed me more. It's like a balance. There's
Right.
times when you have to weigh yourself a little bit more, and sometimes the other person. So it's always a teeter-totter.
Right.
So I do take care of my mom. I assist her, but my mom is able, and I'm blessed with that right now, that I caught it, that she's still independent and she's able to take care of herself daily. However, I do tweaks things, and as I've been seeing going on, I'm doing more.
Okay.
But it took a point and a time for me when I started this journey. I immediately went in with my nursing ability, just went in and tried to take over everything and do everything for her and be everything for her. But
Mm-hmm.
now that I'm balancing myself to realize that it's not supposed to be like that, it's a give and take. And
Right.
there's times when I have to stop and replenish myself so that I can help her
Mm-hmm.
and others, and to get rest for myself, and that I'm able to do things and to still live, and I'm enjoying my life just as much as I am enjoying being with my mother.
And by one, that helps her maintain her independence, right?
Abs-
And
Absolutely.
and for you to maintain your relationship as a mother-daughter for as
Yes.
much as you can, for as long as you can. Because I
Yes.
know, I'll speak for my story. I too helped care for my mother. And there was this little tension when she wanted me to be her daughter. She didn't want me to be her care anything at times. And
Well, Absolutely. You're absolutely right with that because we have to remember with the memory, a lot of times they remember things from the past. And
Right.
what they're looking at is that they took care of us. They were
Hmm.
the ones that wiped our nose when it was running, or comforted us when our day did not go right, or
Right.
even fed us, made sure we had something to eat. Now is the time that we have to do it flip for them. And the mind is telling them, possibly telling them, that no, I'm supposed to take care of them. And
Right.
as mothers, we'll rise to the occasion, even
Mhm.
if we're not feeling up to it, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're always
Right.
supposed to take care of the child.
Right. Right. And so for me, I had to actually learn to continue to ask my mom for advice and and sometimes, on my bad days, I think, oh, I'm just talking into the air. But really, I wasn't. She may not have understood what I was saying as her disease progressed, but she knew that she could look in my eyes and comfort me. And that was priceless and crucial for both of us for to keep that relationship the way it was. But more back to you. So you were in there doing everything with your nurse's hat on.
Yes, yes, totally, totally. I went in because 33 years of nursing, that's what I know. I know. It's just how to
Right?
jump in there and do what you need to do
Right.
to help to take care of the person. And that's what I did. And I had to stop and reevaluate because that isn't really the right thing to do in this situation. To
And
use
what
my
did you
kids
start
to keep
noticing
it.
about you? What did you notice about you that made you say, "Oh, this isn't quite right"?
I was burning out. I
Okay.
was truly burning out. I was sitting here unperched, waiting for mommy to tell me whatever she needs done, and I would jump in and do it. But I wasn't doing anything for myself in that. I was giving her 100% and giving myself nothing, nothing to go on, nothing to make myself thrive. And
Mhm.
um and when you look at sometimes when you just want to be there, you look in their eyes and you can see that they want that help, or that you look in the eyes and you remember how they used to be, and this is not them, but you just want to help, you just want to do. But at the same time, if I didn't stop to take care of myself, I couldn't be helped to mommy to get her to have her better days, which right
Mhm.
now we're having better days, and I'm
Oh,
grateful
I'm
for.
so glad. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yes,
So you noticed that your well was getting empty and that you
yes,
needed that without filling it, you didn't have anything to give.
yes.
What helped you make the switch? What
That's was first of all, I decided that I needed to rely on a village, to get others to assist me, that I depended on, that I knew would always be there to support me and
Right.
also to support my mother. And basically that's my daughters, because
Okay.
that they're they they love grandma. They love me. We're a tight knitted family, and I'm happy and blessed about that. I'm sure a lot of families, I'm unfortunate, I'm sure some families they don't have that link like that, or they might not have that supportive system. But if you don't have a sister or a brother or a daughter, if you don't have somebody like that, you should at least have a friend, someone that you can count on, that can give you a breather, that you can depend on and count on to say, hey, I need you just to take 2 hours just to check on my mom and just let me go. I don't know if you want to just have a picnic in the park or something like that.
Mhm.
It could
Yeah.
be something smart and simple, but just so you can just have a block of time where you're just focusing on yourself, not sitting
Mhm.
there waiting for the phone to ring or thinking and plotting. And I mean, really thinking of yourself, not to be
Mhm.
sitting there planning, I got to do this for mom tonight and mom has to do that tomorrow. Even if you're a female or male, go get a pedicure. Just sit
Mhm.
back and relax. Put some cucumbers on your eyes. Just sit back and enjoy your time, just
Yeah.
to relax and to, I believe you can even just try to do a little just woosah. Just take a woosah moment. Put the music on if you just want to do that, and just
Yeah.
listen and breathe. You know,
Yes.
it always, you can even think about the good times that you had. And you know
Hmm.
what? Believe it or not, that will even charge you up because it'll
It
put a
will. Yeah.
smile inside. Yes. Not
Yeah.
everything is a death sentence or sadness. There's
Right.
always joy in something to find. Look, when it's pouring out there and the clouds and everything's just coming down on us, we have to remember it's the flowers and trees are going to flourish and they're going to be beautiful roses out there afterwards. And that's
Yeah.
what we should remember.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
in every moment of bad is usually followed by some good.
Absolutely.
There's a good and bad mixed in all of our days. I think you talked to me about that when we were talking about doing this podcast, that
Absolutely.
there's good and bad, and that's life. And so focus
You
on some
know,
of the good, right?
yes.
And
You
help
know what this
charge
is
your
all?
battery. Yeah.
This is just a test, all a test for us to have a testimony
Mm,
of what we've been through
that's
and for
beautiful.
us to share with others so that they can see, just like I did it, they can do it.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
So I heard that you took a course at CaringKind called Partnering Together. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. A wonderful, wonderful class.
And
Yes.
tell me a little bit about that, please.
Okay. We had two moderators and along with uh, about 12 people going through the same thing that we're going through. And
Hmm.
as we sat there, we would meet once a week. And as we talked, we just basically talked about different techniques and things and ways that we were dealing with our loved ones.
Okay.
And we would share ideas, but never criticize because that's not what it's about. But it's
Mm,
about sharing ideas so that they know that one, they're not alone and that we're all here together, we're going through something, and just to know that there's a different way to deal with it, and don't hit your head. You're not hitting your head against a wall. You're just trying
okay.
your best to make it through, and just to have good days. And the instructors were very good, and I'm not going to give their names out, but if anybody can take the course and reach out to us, I'm sure we can give them the information, right? So
Yeah.
that
Oh,
we can
absolutely. We'll put
possibly,
it in the show notes. So
yes.
besides the instructors, and I know they
Hmm.
have some material for you all to,
Oh,
but it sounds like
mhm.
you taught each other,
Oh,
that the
yes, we
12
did.
of you and your ideas, because
Yes,
who better than those of you who are going through it to get
yes,
ideas and inspiration from?
yes. And actually, that's exactly what we did. We did have a book that we modeled. So we did have, of course, correct information. We did not just make it up ourselves. We shared that, and then we shared our experiences.
Okay.
And that was the part that we were able to dissect along with the book to see one, there's no right or wrong way. Everything is done. You might not get it this way, but you can do this, and they would appreciate that, or however way. But the most important way is to know that there's just not one single way. We
And
all
that's
have
gotta
to,
be
yeah,
so important to see
yeah,
that there are 11 other people in that group, and you each had to personalize it to make it work for you and your
yeah.
family.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Like,
that's it.
that
Hmm.
gives you it's so different than just reading a book and seeing what a book would say, but that
Absolutely.
to do it in action and then come
Yes,
back the next week and say, "This
yes,
worked," or
yes.
"This
And
didn't
that's
work. What can we do?"
absolutely, absolutely. And that was the gist of it. And that was the best part because you would truly carry it in through the week. And you would come back and say, hey, that was a great idea. And sometimes they might say, well, that didn't work for me, but then somebody would chime in, well, hey, try this or tweak this like that. And they would say,
Mhm,
hey, I didn't think about that, and that sounds like a great idea, and I will try that. So it was
mhm,
definitely an open forum, and we did receive a lot of information from each other and the instructors that would help us to
mhm,
change, to tweak it and change our ways sometimes, or to come back and say, "Hey, that was a great idea," which a lot of
mhm.
times we did. We fed on each other, and that was a good feast.
That's wonderful. And is that where you saw other people starting to care for themselves and blossom so that you, the nurse in the group,
was willing to try? I mean,
Yes,
because that when
absolutely.
you're such a giver, and there are givers in this world, and there are some people who are less giving,
Yeah.
but for you to say, it's time for me to give to myself as well. What opened you, do you think, to that?
It was the perfect timing when they called me to say that, when would you be interested in joining this group? Because I was just at my wit's end. I kept on hitting my head, beating my head against the wall, and I needed something. I didn't know what it was, but I needed something. So when the program, when they called me up, I jumped on it, and that's exactly what happened. When I got into the program, I was able to lay my issues out and my concerns with others,
Hmm.
and to see that when they said, hey, this is what I'm going through, and to try this, it did help me to say, hey, this one's able to do this and she's able to take a few minutes break. Maybe I can release also and start to let others assist
Mm,
and help me. It was a big, because it let me know that, Gwen, you have to release. You have to. You cannot just do this burden on your own. And that was with watching others. And as I watched them, towards it was a 10-week course, and it was towards the eighth is when I did go away by myself for 2 days, and I
that
did not
is
worry about.
incredible.
Yes, yes. And it wasn't that I just went away just to relax and to have my me time. And that's exactly what I did. And I just went about my day, and it was all about me. And I believe the group, I know the group helped me, encouraged me to do that, because
Hmm.
that I was able to see the light, and to see, like, there was different ones that would say, oh, I did this today, and I went, and my mom was fine. And I had to realize, exactly, my mom will be fine. I
Hmm.
don't have to micromanage mommy. And,
Hmm.
of course, mommy didn't want that either. So
Right.
she felt better and I felt better, and
And you
it's just,
came back refreshed and able.
absolutely, I really did.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm able to just love into her even more, that I see that I can pull back a little, and I can do things for myself still, to make myself happy and to relax my mind.
Mm, I love
Hmm.
it. I
Yes.
love it.
Hmm.
Any other pearls of wisdom for us, young lady? What else do you have for us today?
Let's see.
But I mean, we could stop there. That's very powerful. That I
There you go.
can care for my mother and
Yes.
care for myself, and we're both better for it. That,
That actually is perfect. That's perfect. And just to know that you don't have to change the world back to what they remember, but just make the world today what it is, and just make them happy. Just go from here. Just
uh,
don't try to bring back the past. Don't,
that's beautiful because
you know,
we can't.
we
We're
can't.
in a new river every day, right? That
Every day,
it's still
every
a river,
day.
but it's new water every day.
There you go. Yes.
That's
And just
beautiful, Gwen. Like,
thank you.
don't make it about what it was. Make it about
Right.
today.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What a wonderful way to show up as a care partner.
Yes, absolutely. And I
We'll
wouldn't
adapt to
change a thing.
today.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
And
you.
then
Mhm.
with the intention of, let's make it the best day we can have.
Every
And
day.
each day may not be great, but some
Absolutely.
days may be out of the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
beautiful. And I do think it's so important for the listeners to hear this, because
Hmm.
when you're having those bad days and think, "Ugh, how do I show up today?" You're
Yes.
saying, "Show up. Just show up."
Absolutely. And that's it. Just do it.
And that's good enough
Just
for
do it.
today.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then
You
if
know
it's
what?
really bad, maybe this is the day you take a break and somebody else shows up.
Absolutely. It really is.
Yeah.
And it
Mm,
feels so good just to even talk about it. Don't you feel it? It feels
I
so
do.
good to say
Yeah.
it.
It gives you
Yes.
more options. I mean, and
Yes.
sometimes as a care partner, you think, I don't have any options. I have to do this or I have to do that.
Yes.
No, I think about, some days where
Mhm.
my mom and I ate cereal because I just couldn't come up with a hot meal that day. I just couldn't.
Yes.
Didn't have it
Yes.
in me. And that was
Yes.
okay. Nobody starved. We were fine.
Yes. Yes.
And then I would get new perspective and I would laugh through the meal. We would make it better. Like, okay, I didn't have to put energy into the hot meal, so I put energy into making my mom laugh. And
Yes. Yes. There's going to be some days, dark days. They really will. There was days that I did have that my mom would hurt my feelings, and I would have to call my dad and say to my dad, she said this to me, she hurt my feelings. And he would encourage me and say, she doesn't mean it. And just to remember that not every day is going to be a bouquet of flowers, but there will be days that you just have to go over it. You just have to go over that hill, but just
mm,
go over. Just
yeah,
go over.
yeah, yeah. So beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. If you had one piece of advice to give the Gwen that's listening to this, what would
Hmm.
it be?
Gwen, don't take on everything by yourself. Don't do it. And just know that my mom loves me and that she might not be the mommy that I remember, but at the end of the day, she's my mommy.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
And we can substitute family for whoever may be caring for whomever.
Yes,
That's wonderful. Thank
yes.
you. Thank you for
Thank
spending
you.
this time with us. Thank you for
Thank you.
giving such wonderful advice
And
and
thank you so
wisdom.
much.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
the wisdom is beautiful. I so appreciate you coming on today
All right.
and sharing your story.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. If you'd like to share your story, go to caringkindnyc.org/podcast. Maybe we'll use your story on the show. We'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe to this podcast and leave some glowing feedback. We love positive reinforcement. I'm Dr. Ann Kenny, and you're listening to Caregiver Storyteller, produced by CaringKind,